Welcome back to Supers Live. If you missed the finish of that race, you missed another great Supers sim race, super modified sim racing feature because that was a wild one at the end of that. A late race caution sets up a charge to the finish with about 6 laps to go. Somehow, the two guys that are battling for the points championship end up at the top. The guy that was 16 points coming into behind was 16 points behind coming into tonight is now probably going to leave with the championship points lead again. This is flip-flopped the entire Speedweeks. All 4 nights so far, it's gone back and forth, back and forth. Let's talk to our winner right now. This was a great finish for Rob Warren to get to the front and then be able to hold off the challenges of Brad Keyser as well as Keith Powell at the end of this one. First win at USA after all these years. It's got to feel pretty good, Rob, getting it in the bag here at this big 3/4 mile track. How nervous were you at that after that restart?
Well, first of all, I was wicked nervous on the first restart. You and I had made a pretty good run away from the pack. I was just trying to save my stuff and follow you, but I knew you had a stupid fast car, so I was just going to try and plant myself on your bumper. See if you'd make a mistake and I could capitalize. But you didn't. Your car was nice and stable, and then we had that restart, and I got like overly nervous, and I could hear someone's engine right behind me, and I think it was Nelson, and he was charging. I mean, his engine was just rev limited at the start finish line, and he was coming. And you come out of turn 4, maybe the second lap after the caution. Tires weren't warm yet, and it looked like you kind of got a little whisker bit loose, burped the throttle just enough for me to get a run alongside you. And when I got down to turn 1, I'm like, oh man, I am way too deep in here. If I hit the brakes, I'm gonna spin across the track, and I'm gonna take him with me. I'm going in the grass. So I went all the way down to the bottom, used the apron, used the grass, and I don't know how the car stuck. Not very well is my guess, because it was a mess after that, but gathered it back up, kept running, and then the late race caution, I don't think I needed that one either. Looked at my smartwatch after the race, 113 beats per minute on the smartwatch. So I was the blood was pumping, and I was freaking out. I had burned my stuff up too by then, with 6 laps to go. I had a nice short run car, not a really good, and it was only a 25 lap race. So if we had 3 cautions, I'd have been set. But I had really worn out the right front. I tore the carcass off of it. But figuring it's only 25 laps, I figured I could use it up. Congratulations to Keith. Always seems to be right there at the end of a race. It doesn't matter where he starts. It only matters where he finishes, and right there at the end of the race. Congratulations, Keith. What a run. Again, Bob, sorry. Real quick, I'd like to thank Icings on Top and Cindy Luhu and Breeze Graphics for all his hard work. These videos after the fact are amazing. So thanks a lot, guys. And you too, Bob and Supers, for all the hard work you guys are putting in.
Rocket Rob Warren picks up another win. I think that should tie him for the most season. The guy we're going to talk to next, Keith Powell. I'll tell you, folks, so this you couldn't have asked for a better 15th anniversary season as far as the drama of the points championship. Not only for the top 2, but within the top 5, switching back and forth. And let's talk now to the guy that finished second. Keith, put one on your pal out of out of Geneva, Ohio, driving the Icings on Top Mayfield Missile. Keith, with about 6 laps to go, we thought maybe you shot yourself in the foot for a three-peat of Florida Speedweeks, and somehow you were able to claw your way back to the front for a thrilling finish that was anybody's guess with the way it happened, how it was going to end up. First of all, congratulations. Second of all, walk us through, tell us what happened with you and Nelson Rodriguez. What caused that accident?
Oh, thanks, Bobby. First of all, congrats to Rob. It's kind of shocking. We're in the Florida Speedweeks already, and I'm actually tied with him with wins. Usually he's got like 6 on me by now. So congrats to him on the win tonight. I didn't even really look at Florida Speedweek points going into tonight or championship points. I just been turning laps all week. So the thing with Nelson was just kind of a racing deal that I caused. I could get huge runs on him from the center off. He had a little bit of a push, and it took him a while to get back in the throttle. And I could back the corner up and then just get huge launches on him. So I've seen Rob really wasn't taking off away from us too much. It was kind of hectic coming through the pack a little bit there. But when I got in, I think it was third behind Nelson. I had him set up, and he just didn't know I was there. We touched wheels just as we started arcing, I think, down into 3. So I apologize to him for that. That's just something I caused, trying to get around him. The car was really good, especially at the end of the run. The car stayed, I guess. It did get better, but it stayed, and it looked like it stayed a lot better than a lot of the guys. So we had a restart, and something happened on the start, I guess. Kyle and Windows plagued them or something, and there was a bunch of smoke and jumbled up right there on the restart. And I got through that without getting touched. I thought for sure I was going to get hooked or something. And I just ran the leaders back down. Then there was a huge battle there with you and Rob and Brad. And I got to you guys, and it was just who does what, at that point. And I'll just try to anticipate something. And then Brad, I think it was a white flag lap coming off of 2. And he just got a little too loose, and it came around on him. So that stinks for him, and I think he was caught up in that. And that stinks for you, Bobby. Man, you've got to be going through a lot of race car parts this week. But excited we can come home in second place. More excited we can make this a pretty thrilling battle this season. I know it's really important to Rob 15th anniversary. It's important to all of us, but I know it's really important to him, and it's really important to me. So we're just going to put on a show the rest of the season, and all the other guys that's throwing the monkey wrench in and just blowing our doors off sometimes from track to track. So even the racing is just exciting. Got to thank SUPRS. Breeze Graphics, this is just amazing work he does. Thank you, Rob, for the servers. And it's Thursday. We still have a smile on our face. We're having a blast. I can't wait till tomorrow.
Well, congratulations, Keith. A good run for you. It was certainly an exciting event for you here tonight at USA International. A win last year, a second. You might be getting the hang of big banks of the guy that looked like he was going to finish second tonight and ends up doghouse or the outhouse instead of the penthouse. Driver from Liverpool finished on the pole last night at Dodge. Brad Keyser out of Liverpool. Brad, tough luck, buddy. Tell us what happened exactly. Just looked like the car come around on you. How bad was it?
It just loaded the left rear. I came out of 2, and for the first time in probably 24 laps, I got a good run. And it looked like Rob was getting a little tight and was struggling there a little bit at the end, so I came off 2, and instead of running over him, I tried going low and went quicker than I probably should have, loaded the left rear, and it just turned hard right. Unfortunately, you were there, so I feel really bad about that. It would have been one thing if it was just a one-car wreck right there, but collecting you and taking you out hurt. But it worked out for Keith because, yet again, Rob and Keith finish right behind each other. So the irony of that is very funny.
Definitely it's been interesting, to say the least. Brad, glad that you were able to have a good run, even though it didn't turn out as good as what you hoped. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night at Five Flags.
See you then.
Well, as we just said to Brad, and we'll say to all of you, we'll be at Five Flags Speedway, home of the world-famous Snowball Derby for late models. But we're going to be running our super modifieds in Pensacola. That track has some history, as does the whole state of Florida with super modified racing. Florida and Georgia, both in Alabama. It might not think of it as a super modified hotbed, but at one time it was, and there was a lot of super modified racing going on even through the 70s. With the Nesma Tour with Russ Conway's group. So we're kind of trying to emulate that. ISMA did a lot of it. The International Super Modified Association did a lot of it through the 90s at Volusia County at the pavement track down there. So it's good history. And plus, hey, it's Florida Speedweeks time. The World of Outlaws are running. The All-Star Circuit of Champions are running. You've got stock car racing going on. You've got modified racing going on. It's just a good time to be having some fun in Florida. We hope that we're giving some of that to you with modified racing Florida Speedweek. Join us tomorrow for the 5th and final night of SUPRS 2019 Florida Speedweeks live from Five Flags Speedway. The stream gets rolling at 9 o'clock. If you've enjoyed this show, we sure would like to see you hit that follow button if you're on Twitch. And we would love to see you leave a comment or so. Send us an email, info@supers.net. Hit us up on Twitter at Supers Online or on Facebook, Supers Online, and on Instagram, Supers_. Let us know. We'll have a video up here at the within probably about 36 hours at the most, but we'll have it up on our YouTube channel, edited. Watch it in our Twitch collections as well. Enjoy all of the Florida Speedweeks action. Well, we're going to wrap it up once more. Congratulations to Rob Warren, your winner here tonight at USA International Speedway. Second place goes to Keith Powell. The points championship and the Speedweeks championship battle continues for those two. And third place to Bob Gangwer. We'll see you tomorrow night from Pensacola, Florida at Five Flags Speedway for the 5th night and last night of SUPRS Florida Speedweeks. We're glad you could join us. We hope you enjoyed the show. Till tomorrow night, remember, wings side up and wheels to the ground.
Well, if you're gonna do it, I say do it with someone you love. And if you're going through it, I say do it with someone you love. I've been around a long time, in and out of love. But if you're gonna do it, I say do it with someone you love. Come on, do it.